Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Gunstar Heroes on Normal again. We are now on the spaceship after having gotten to General Gray, so we could unfortunately give him the gems. Now we're going after him. And this part is a little harder than what I would like for it to be, because I have this weapon instead of double chaser like I did the last time around. Some things that I should mention. First of all, the enemies on the platforms flying around the last stage, you can actually throw them if you can get close enough to them in the air and just throw the platform they're on outright. Two, I didn't know this the last time I played this very stage, but if you press A and hold a direction on the control pad without holding down the fire button, you can change the direction that the turret on the ship is facing. So, like so. And now we've got Timuron. Now, this is actually supposed to be an endurance boss, and the longer you last, the more points you get. You basically cause the timer to stop as soon as you shoot down Timuron, which doesn't take a lot of effort. And yeah, just like that, you can just change the turret just by pressing and holding a direction for about half a second without holding the fire button down. And you can change the direction that the turret is facing and will fire in, which is really nice. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even try this when I played this game the last time, and I didn't know about this until Fusion Volt told me I could do this. So, yeah, achievement unlocked last time, unintentionally, but still. And now I'm doing a lot of dodging here and losing a lot of health in the process, unfortunately. Stop hitting me for once, please. Thank you. Why am I aiming slightly downwards? I shouldn't be. Doesn't matter. We're now at this part. We will avoid all the blue lasers. You've got a lot of things to shoot. You've got those big ships that will take a while to destroy. You've got these little spinning things that will either come at you right here or teleport in, and you'll have to shoot those down. You've got these little laser fields that you'll have to avoid while destroying these enemies. You've got some turrets on this ship that will fire at you. Some small, some big. And I want to beat this guy up and get his health. Even though it says 15, it really gave me 20. So there is that. And it's a good thing I'm aiming in this direction, because I can take care of some of the guys hiding behind the asteroids who will fire at me as soon as they see me before they even get to me, which is really nice. Also, it keeps the asteroids away. It basically bounces them away from me, which is really nice. And I thought I could take that ship down, but unfortunately I could not. And I do want to take care of this thing too, so that way I don't get shot at. And now we got these things moving away from us when they teleport, which is really interesting. And now we're going to have a guy on an asteroid. We want to move around in a circle so that way he doesn't hit us. And he will eventually get away. We just need to keep firing so that way the soldiers don't snipe us in the meantime. And now I want to make sure that my turret is firing forward so that way I can take care of these things. And this thing. Well, actually I want it to face backwards so that way I can move past those things and shoot them all down at once. And then I can have it shoot at the 1,000 meter gun, or millimeter gun. You want to watch the fireballs. Sometimes they'll split into an 8-way shot, sometimes they won't. And you just want to pay attention to that way you don't get hit, because these little hits do add up. There are some missile launchers that will show up above and below this thing, but if you know what you're doing, you should be able to take care of these things rather well. There we go. I lost more health than I wanted right there, but now I can have my turret facing forward again, and eventually these things will show up. I want to take care of these two turrets first. Come on. Stop firing at me, please. There's this third turret. I want to use the explosion from force fire combination there, so that way I can get past these things before they close in on me. Now I have a bit more space. And I can take out some turrets too, which is really awesome. And I want to make sure that I get that set of health as well as I shoot things down. And take care of this thing as well. That big gray ship over there. These things are now popping up from the right and now firing at us. We got 2 more of those little missile pods there, but we were able to take them down rather well. And now we got some of the black spinny things as well. Thankfully they aren't around for long. And now we have yet another set of these things. Want to watch out for these things. This slow one will have a multi-way shot, but thankfully we can easily avoid that. And now, it's time for our second battle with 7 Force, who will transform into a multitude of forms to try to take us down. Thankfully, it's a bit of a redux thing going on here. You just want to stay away from it as much as you can. You want to aim your turret however you can, too. That would definitely help. Ow. Yeah, you just want to watch what you're doing here. Just keep the fire button held down. Change the direction of the turret when you really need to. Then just avoid being shot at horribly. Thankfully, this is a pretty good weapon that I'm using, but still, it is possible to get yourself in a pickle a little bit if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, come on. Well, at least we got that form again, so I can kind of don't have to worry as much. And there we go. Defeated. Now we don't have to worry about this part ever again. Now we're inside the ship. We got ourselves this thing, which is nice. I got myself a chaser. I'd rather have chaser for this. And if you melee the birds that give you power-ups, you can get 3 instead of 1. That's how I managed to get a whole bunch of health before the battle with Smash Daisuke. Because they're in the last stage, because I might as well pause real quick. The reason I had so much health in the last stage against Smash Daisuke the second time around was because there is a bird that drops health, but it comes in from the left instead of the right. If you're rushing through the stage, you can barely see it, but I managed to luck out that time. I wish I showed it off. But if you melee into it with a double tap jump for the dive or the kick attack or whatever you have, you can get 3 hearts instead of 1. You can get a ton of health. So now that I got that out of the way, I might as well have the chaser that I just got equipped. I know I'm going to replace fire, but oh well. And we're going to need it against this thing. If I had double chaser, this would be a little bit easier. But at least I can avoid stuff and not get hit. And if I could dive into that, that would be great. Unfortunately, I can't do that. And when this first form of this boss, which is the unit of the hammer, spins around like this, you want to be ready to hold up while moving around, so that way you can jump clear over this thing when it comes your way. Nice bit of 3D here. Nice inspired bit of... Come on! Nice inspired bit of 3D for the boss here. Treasure really knew what they were doing with this boss. And now I've got this thing taken care of. Oh, and these things will pop up and shoot lasers downwards at you. And of course, you don't want that thing to come down on you before it dies, because, well, that's how you're going to take damage that you don't want to take. And now we've got what I think is called the Unit of the Dragon. It's just this little worm thing that just shows up and shoots fireballs at you. And when it gets close enough, you can fire at it. Thankfully, you can slide to get away from some of the projectiles as soon as they hit the ground. So in case you get trapped at any point, you can easily just get out of the way of this thing's attacks. Oh, great. That was more health that I did not want to lose. So yeah, all the stuff that I didn't know last time, that I know this time, all of it is thanks to Fusion Bolt, who left me comments in the videos for the first normal mode playthrough of this. Thank you very much, Fusion Bolt. And wow, I did not think that I would get hit right there. Oh well. But now we got the unit of the runner. I don't know if I'm going to survive this. If I don't, I'll just cut back to this battle in case I die. But yep, it's a running man made out of balls. And obviously you want to take care of this thing when this thing comes at you. He will throw high at first, then he will throw low. Also, if you can get some melee hits on him with the dive or the flying kick, be sure to do it. Thankfully, the low fireballs are always red and the high fireballs are always blue. And yeah, you can actually do quite a bit of damage with the melee dive, as you can see here. Oh man, I thought I was going to get it that time. Well, I'll see you when I see you. I'll see you back at the runner boss. Okay, we should be able to do this again. Now that I have double chaser, which took me to having to die to the enemies in the room where I had to heal twice just to get, because of how random getting power-ups for your gun is. Anyway, using the dive to do some massive damage, because again, Fusion Bolt brought this up. Absolutely. There we go. Now he's done. And we can finally make it to the final stage. I tried as much as I could with force and fire, but unfortunately, I had a lot more trouble at this point. And now we are at the final stage, which is a boss rush of sorts. But that will have to wait until the next video. Join me next time where we go through the final stage of the game. We take on General Gray. We may have to take on the ancient weapon that he may have, I guess, revived. I guess that's the word you could use. But the game does end next time. So join me then. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!